Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my preview on Special Edition Chain Gang John Cena. He's holographic, he's Ruthless Aggression, Defensive Acrobat, and he has the Ruthless Aggression link. Matching any color gems charge moves of that color by 1 more MP. And he's also got a second gear, which looks really cool as well, the Chain Gang gear. And that's 35% more health. It won't obviously affect a preview. I don't have the gear equipped, but this is what it looks like. And currently, it's 1 gear hanger to unlock. That's pretty cool. I really like the way it looks too. I've heard people say they don't like the holographic thing. They think it's lame. But honestly, growing up a sports card collector, I like the fact that just the gear is holographic and not the character itself. I actually really like it. I think it's neat. I'm also one of those people that doesn't mind if we keep getting more versions of someone we already have. I like using good superstars. I like using modern era. Full disclosure, I don't care about a lot of the legends. You know, I'd always take a new Rowdy Piper, Jake the Snake, Rick Rude, you know, $1 Million Man, stuff like that. But I watched wrestling from new gen on, basically. So legendary stuff is not really a huge deal to me. I personally have no issue with getting multiple characters. So I think that's pretty cool. He's a coach. Flat 25 million health coach at gold. I mean, could potentially be useful. 25 million extra health. Looks like we're starting to see a lot of stuff that's buffering the health. For this preview, I'm going to be using a 100% strap. And we're going to use, let's put a blue Fury 2 metal on. Just for funsies. Fury 2s, you know, 100% strap, etc., etc. We're going to get started with my least favorite moveset. It's a triple blue. It's a super sub build. So I think you guys will probably like that. Also, Cena's going to be available for free. I will show you at the end how you get him and that sort of stuff. So stick around for the end. I'll show you where you get all that stuff. So we're going to start off with the super sub build. I know you might not have Hall of Fame Foley. If you don't have Hall of Fame Foley, just use Lawler and then pop in Eddie instead of Steiner, right? Because you only need 4 blue MP to get started. We're going to use the Springboard Stunner, 4 MP, deal 636k damage, increase your blue MP by 3. STF submission, 7 MP, generate 40 random sub gems, do 2 million damage for 2 turns. Remaining turn into submission gems, turn into leech gems of strength 1 million, massive leech gems. And then the FU 10 MP finisher, deal 211k bonus damage for every leech gem. Then finisher, deal 2 million damage and make 48 leech gems into blue. So this is the super subset, like I said. If you don't have Foley, just go ahead and put in Lawler and then Eddie, Acro Eddie for the 3 turns, and that'll get you actually up to 9 turns. But you will lose the 100% extra damage. 1 extra turn, but 100% less damage. So Steiner gives you 2 and 2, so you're loaded. 2 and 100% rather, and then 50 and 1 and 50 and 1. So that brings it up to a 36 million sub. With those trainers. So, you know, there's that, right? Let's go against Steiner. He's got more health than Sammy. And we'll get rolling here. So here we go. Oh, that's 2 times speed. That fills your blue submission. Now we're going to hit that and do 36 million sub. Hopefully have a few leeches left. Very low charge moves. Not often you can use 2 of the sub trainers. You can see with a long sub, though, you risk losing most of your leeches, which I, of course, managed to do. And then you get to hit your finisher, and let's see if hitting the finisher will finish him off with only a few leech gems left. Just about. He has 8 million health left, even though we lost most of the board full of leeches. The other times I played it, I easily finished his health. So that's what the super sub set. I don't love subs, you guys know that. But, I mean, that's really good, right? So let's take a look at it. What if we do the same thing, but instead let's just use all leech trainers to take advantage of the finisher damage and keep a bunch of those leech gems on the board since it's only 2 turns. Let's give that one a whirl. Just for funsies for this one, because these aren't, in my opinion, they're not his best movesets. So I figured I'd use new holographic Cena right here on him. So Lawler, holographic Cena, leech gems do 200% more damage. And then we got Austin Theory and Seth. So we're using a bunch of leech trainers. And that brings the FU finisher to almost 900k for every leech gem. And so depending how many we have left, it's probably like 20 to 27, maybe 30 million in leech gem damage after the sub, depending how many we have left. So here we go. You can see we got a bunch left, so pay attention to the finisher when I hit it right here. And let's see how much leech damage we get. That should say on the first part maybe, or show us. 27 million, basically 26 and change. And then all those leeches at 1 million apiece. The damage is definitely going to add up. Don't know how much total, because it doesn't tell us. But we zeroed his health, so it's a pretty solid moveset in general. Not bad. Now's where it gets more interesting, maybe more fun, depending on what you like to do. But yeah, I'll run this a couple different ways. Don't worry, you see Sherry on there at start. I'll run it without Sherry too, because this one is going to be like fairly obtainable, right? It basically free if you do the blitz, which is resources. It will cost you resources, but that's not the end of the world. In fact, for a lot of you, it's probably going to be extremely worth it. So keep that in mind. Again, we'll talk about that at the end. Oops, wrong move. Let's use the right one. We are going to use the Leaping Clothesline, 3 MP yellow. Choose a 3x2 area to make into multiply gems of strength 16. It's also a reversal. If the opponent increases their move damage, then deal 5 million damage, increase the damage of all your gems by 250% for 2 turns, and then steal their turn. You're going to wipe anyone out that does that when you hit your move. Leaping Shoulder Block, increase your yellow MP by 3, then deal 434k damage and increase the strength of all your multiply gems by, wait for this, 10. And then 5 Knuckle Shuffle, 5 MP yellow, 500k damage. Right? Yeah, 500k damage and destroy 12 random multiply gems. My kingdom for commas. Right? So you're going to do Leaping Clothesline. You're going to hit the Shoulder Block. It's going to refill Leaping Clothesline and then fill 5 Knuckle Shuffle. Then you're going to hit Leaping Clothesline again, and then you're going to destroy all 12 multiply gems. So to start out, we'll use Braun because he gets the yellow train loaded in Sherry, and then a couple zombie trainers. I use blue because Cena's blue, and I use Chelsea because Chelsea's free. Primary color is blue. But if you want to know the best entourage for this setup, look at his stats. 95 on the green, and his secondary would be red, so Zombie Bailey would be better than Chelsea theoretically, depending on how the board works. You'll see what I mean though. And I'll run this without Sherry too as well. I don't have a graphic for it, but I will. So we're using yellow and green, or sorry, blue and green. So you want to focus on blue multiply gems, blue, green, yellow, red, purple. That's a good spot right here. We get 2 blues. So we're going to put that there. And now we're going to boost these guys. This is all after 99 MP, workable, etc. So those are 32 times. Each of the, and this is without plates, each of the blues are 9 million. Green's 4.5. Red's 7.1, so definitely Zombie Bailey, and purple's 5.7, right? So you want blues and reds. So these 2 blues right here is a really good spot. So we're going to go here with the other 2. And now we're just going to simply destroy them. For 75 million gem damage. That's without plates. That's pretty great. Now let's not use Sherry. Let's go with Rowan. Gem Damage might take... Actually, he's got Destroy on there too. We'll probably find it faster doing Destroy. There's not nearly as many. Yeah, Multiply Gems do 75% more damage. So this would be with Rowan if you don't have Sherry. So very user-friendly. Brawn the hardest one. If you don't have Brawn, that's A-okay. Just use any yellow MP trainer you have. You only lose 2 on the Multiply Strength. It won't be that big of a deal, I promise. You can use Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, Showboat Cena for 2 yellow MP and 45% yellow gem damage. It won't really matter. Any 2 will work. But this is definitely S tier when it's nice and low charge like this, right? And this is great because we can potentially see... and stay away from loot box gems, always. If that 75% is better than Sherry on these big multiplies, and I think it probably is. 9.6, so 7.4, about the same. You're really not losing any damage with Rowan that I can tell. Yeah, so let's take this one with the 1 blue and the 1 red. And see how close we get to the same sort of damage. 73 million. And arguably we had a better one, so I think maybe Rowan is the way to go. Rowan and Zombie Bailey is probably the way I'd run that, and then focus blues and yellows, and that's without plates. So plate-wise, anything that buffs, I'm sorry, blues and reds. Anything that buffs a blue or red multiply is what you'd want to use. He's got 1 red move in there, so like, let's really focus down on this here, and let's go with, we'll get 50% bigger blues, because that's his primary color with the bliss plate. And excuse me while I struggle to find these. Whenever you make 6 or more multiply gems, that's going to actually give us 100% on our blues, because we'll do it twice, because we're going to make 6 both times. And then here, you can't use a jade plate for the greens, because you need to make 10. But we're going to use 1 red move. So we can buff the reds 50%, and since that's his second best color, let's use a Valkyrie's Crest. And then Entourage, I'm going to go ahead and leave, what's his face there? Rowan, and let's use Bailey. Because Rowan's 75% I think is going to close enough that we'll just use that. Let's see what we hit. I'll put Sherry on after this too. He's fun, like flat out. So we want reds and blues. Blues and reds, reds and blues. This is a 3 blue. That's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. And you can see we're 6-8, 5-1, but let's see what we do after we increase him. 10.6 and 8.8. Yeah, this is gonna be spicy meatball. And let's go here. And those blues now 11.5 and 8.8. So let's see what this hits. Probably close to 80, 90? Yeah, there it is, 87 million. So there you go, and that's without Sherry. I'll run it once with Sherry too. And I switched to Zombie Bailey. So I just using a bunch of trainers just to show you guys there's a ton of flexibility in how you can run him. And that's obviously why I started without plates as well, because you won't need plates to hit hard with him. 100% strap, you'll want to focus on trying to grab a strap for him this month if you don't have them. Check your Ruthless Aggression acro straps right away so you can be watching for that all month. And this spot looks really nice for 1. And you can see we are 10.5 and 8.7. Yeah, so indeed, what's his face is better. Rowan is better than Sherry. So slightly better. So yeah, use Rowan. We might have got a better spread here. 89 million, but it looked like Rowan is better on the bigger ones at least. So 6 of this, half a dozen the other. Use whichever one you have open. Now let's go to triple red. So this is his hardest hitting one. You can occasionally, potentially, possibly miss, but I'll show you. Let's remove the plates so they don't add anything. Okay. And again, this is like a total, I went total free-to-play setup on this one. All of these cards equipped have been free. Sting or Butch, it's all the same. You can also use Roxanne if for some reason you don't have Sting or Butch and you do have Roxanne. I don't know how that could be, but, you know, it's there. Yeah, so just triple red. Throwback. Did I read the moves for that? Yeah, I did. So throwback, deal 485k damage, make the bottom 5 rows into heal gems of strength 750k. We don't care about that. Emerald Flow Vision, deal 365k damage and make 13 random heal gems into cross breaks. Then deal 363k damage, make 13 random heal gems, multiply gems of strength 9. Then of course we're increasing all of their multiply strength by 10 with that last red. So yeah, this is super friendly loadout for this one. So pretty much like everybody should be able to run this moveset. You just need 4 red MP trainer to get started. Your turn gives you 5. You're all completely loaded. We're not running any plates. It is 100% strap with regular Fury 2s. The Fury 2s are everywhere now. So I think most people, if you're playing the game for a while, you should easily have a set of Fury 2s that you can run with this. The only danger is if you don't have some kind of match in the bottom 5 rows, and then if your 13 of those cross breaks don't land on one of those matches. So you're probably usually gonna be fine, but you can see the only match we actually had was this red one up here. We did get that, and this is a absolutely gosh awful board because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 loot box gems with multiply gems of strength 10. That is crazy unlucky. This is probably the worst hit you could possibly see out of him. And let's see what it hits for. That was 58 million. And that was by far and away the worst hit I've ever hit with him. Not even close. But that's fine. It'll show you the bottom end. So let's run again with those trainers because that completely was not fair. But still good. That was 4 loot box gems. It is board dependent, of course. Like I said, a little bit board dependent. So that makes me somewhat nervous, but he's really fun and hits hard, so I don't think I care that much, because I think it's going to be not too much of an issue. Here you can see we have 1 potential here, a potential here, and a potential here, so 3 potentials right off that I can see. So theoretically it should be fine. Two loot box gems this time, which is also less than ideal. 70 million that time, reduced to 63, and that's pretty decent. I'll run one more and then I'll switch the trainer. This one gets really good with plates, by the way. It's still really good. Without plates, I think I'm inclined for the other one, although the other one's an extra move. But this one is quite good as well. And this is exactly what I wanted to show. See what happened right here? There's no break for the cross breaks on the swipe. So this is a slight issue, right? Definitely a slight issue, and it will happen. It absolutely will happen where you don't have a break where you can hit the cross breaks. And then you're kind of SOL, right? So it's important to showcase that. There's definitely a weakness in this build set. I wish he did something else, potentially, to make it so you didn't have the big chance to miss there. Because when you miss pretty hard. And I don't know that you'll miss that often, but you will occasionally miss for sure. That was 90 million damage that time. You can see how hard it hits without anyone crazy. You can also put Bailey on instead of Chelsea, hit a little bit harder, and then if you want to hit even harder, you can use Howdy, which I'll do later when I put some plates on, which is now. So actually I'll just put some plates on first. So the 8th anniversary plate, which you can get this month guaranteed, I'll show you where, Starcross plate, and then the Shades of Roman plate, which you can also get this month if you don't have him. And we're gonna just chill with these same trainers here. Give you guys more chances to see like what it looks like. So this has matches everywhere. It should be safe, right? But it is important to know it can happen. It is a weakness with the build. It is not completely Mherex proof, but it is very fun. And it's ridiculous. I missed one, and that was 117 million. Right? Let's just play around with trainer a little bit before I put Howdy on. Because a lot of less people have Howdy, so let's do Bailey, because Bailey would be the second best option in this slot. Boom. Lots of loot box gems. Love to see it. Not many reds, so that didn't work out well switching to Bailey. This is going to be probably a not very great hit. 2 loot box gems are multiply 10. Yeah, only 106. You know what? I'm going to run one more. Honestly, I played him a decent amount. I feel like he plays better than you're seeing in these snippets, and he plays really well. So there's that. Man, I really like him. I'm definitely going to do the talent up to get him. By the way, the 8th anniversary plate, if I didn't mention, I don't think I did, makes 8 multiply gems when you make the cross breaks here. So they're all going on this top row. You'll see them come out here. Boom. There they go, right? And then the Shades of Roman adds 100% to all color gems when those cross breaks go out. You could also use any Royal Rumble plate you want with this as well. It would work fine, but that adds time, and generally, you know, I like to avoid that. And yeah, you can see... Oh, good. We got one match here. This one was and one here. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Boom. 128 million there. Okay. Now let me show you what he does with Howdy. But we missed on how many of them? 1 out of like 6 or 7 runs, I think, so far. Where you just completely can miss if you're unlucky. If you had any destroy props, you could bring a choose destroy prop with you, just for when it happens. I guess if you wanted to do that, that would work, right? So Howdy makes it so basically the whole board is multiply gems or cross breaks out of the leeches. Because now we're getting a bunch more multiplies on these. You won't see any more heal gems left at all. So it also increases your gem damage, because there's no heal gems left to break too, obviously. Nice break right here. 1 blue on the board. So, very not good board. And we hit for 108 million, missing 2. As you can see though, it shows the one issue with this build set. Well, it is faster than the 4-click. It is much more board dependent, and you can potentially miss. One more. And then we'll wrap it up and we'll talk about how you get him, where you can get a lot of the plates I've used, this month guaranteed and stuff like that, because this looks like it's going to be a monster hit. Yeah, 144 million. That's a nice spot to end it. Okay. So let's talk about where you can get the stuff I used, how he rates. He's definitely a top acro. Speed could be a little bit slow on the 4 move set. Right? And then on this set, you potentially can miss. Damage-wise with everything, he's up there, you know, up there damage-wise with CM Punk, so I don't feel like that's a thing. CM Punk also isn't great speed-wise either. So I think they're pretty similar. Honestly, acro is and this changes. Everything right now is really in flux or close. People that were borderline damage-wise aren't enough now. And you kind of need a lot of damage unless you're super OP. I wouldn't say he's super OP. I would say he's very good. I also wouldn't say Punk is super OP either, though. I would say he's very good, right? So from a damage standpoint, like Muda won't struggle because he buffs purple so much. You're never gonna have enough gem defense to stop him. He's slower, but Muda's probably the safest acro to play right now, hands down. Not even close. Like he's as health pool increases, gem defense increases, tier 6 metals increase, Muda's your safe pick, right? A little bit slower, but should pretty much always win. Your multiply guys that don't have a gem percentage, and CM Punk does have a gem percentage with his other move. It doesn't hit nearly as hard as his multiply set, needs his plates and stuff. So, but it is nice that he has that. Devon Dudley's another multiply guy without a buff. Jacob's a multiply guy without a buff. They're big multiplies, but those are ones that are more likely to potentially struggle than gem percentage buffs. So, you know, he's probably like a top 5 acro for sure. My favorites right now, I mean, HBK is the fastest, but he's very close. So once tier 6 metals kick in, I don't know that the way I run HBK will keep him there where I like him to be. I'm actually kind of on the hunt for a gem boost percentage acro that's got really high gem percentage. So Devon is another one of my favorites. He's actually a little bit faster than Punk, and with the Punk plate hits ridiculously hard. And then on showboats, he hits harder than anyone else acro-wise, and he's hard enough to beat pretty much anyone else as well right now. But again, no percentage. Snoopy too slow. Seth is going to struggle as health pools go up more. So Seth is really borderline. Jacob hits super duper hard, but if they can get your gem defense low enough, that's a little bit worrisome. Macho's in trouble. So yeah, I think my favorite, probably I would say best for the males with the way it's looking, would probably be Muda right now, and then you can kind of pick after that from your multiply guys that you like, depending on who you're going against. Acro speed is going to be a struggle. I like the new Cena a ton. I like Jacob a ton. I like Punk a ton. Those three are all feeling fairly similar, and Devon. And then HBK, when you know you can win. Fast, but that's gonna be less and less because he's one of those borderline damage people for me. So yeah, and then Seth with a bunch of stuff is actually really fun too, but again, he'll have the same problem that the acros will. So maybe you start talking about Snoop, who's a little bit slower but has a big percentage gem buff that can get you by things. I don't know. I'd prefer not to use someone like him. So at the moment, I think Muda is kind of the answer, and then Cena's like ridiculously good. And so are those other guys. Like the top 5 is really good, but not necessarily perfect. I feel like right now there's not a perfect acro for me, actually. Where I feel super duper safe besides Muda, and then he's just a little bit slow. But Muda is the one where I would use and not worry. Anyway, Cena's great, and I'm kind of waxing way too long here. So where can you get the stuff? The Blitz. You get 4,000 of the 5,000 needed shards free from the Blitz. If you go to the store, you claim the Blitz ticket right here. It's free. And if you don't want to wait for the other 1,000 shards, you can spend $5 and do it again. I would just suggest waiting for it unless you can't get the 1,000 shards this week. There's a bunch in different milestones. I haven't added them all up. I don't know if you get them free this week or free next week, but victory tour and stuff, if it's worth it to you for the $5, by all means do it. And then the moment for him, which I do not have equipped, but he's got a moment that adds 50%. That's in the milestones, second to last milestone of the armory contest again. So if you go down here, right here, it's the moment for all the Cenas. It adds 50% gem damage for him and 50% gem defense. Then if you go to the store here, there's a bunch of different prize walls. This is a weekly prize wall. It rotates every week, and your currency does not carry over. But 2 of the plates I used, the Shades of Rains and the Valkyrie's Crest, are in this one week 1, right? So definitely worth noting that they're in this one, and this is going to rotate weekly. And then if you go down here to the Armory of Champions prize wall, the Star-Crossed plate that I used is in that one. So a couple different places where you can get those things. Interesting, it doesn't show that picture. Okay, and then here's the token plate. So I think that covers that with where you can get those things and all of that jazz. So also, if you're looking for, they brought specific straps back, so I'm very excited about this. So if you need specific straps in an area, you can try and get them here. So yeah, it looks like moving in the right direction, and that's where you can get some of the stuff for Cena. I hope you guys enjoyed this preview. I think as things move on and HP continues to increase and all this stuff increases and more medals change, it'll make a difference in how I look at certain superstars. And I think Acro looks tentatively to be one of the harder set of superstars hit, because even though they have a bunch of multiply gems, there's going to be less, even though you're going to have a net gain of less gem damage against those tier metals. I should probably make a video on that too. Anyway, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's super long. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Enjoy this month. I'm going to get Cena. There's no way I'm not. I'll level those people up. It's worth it to me. Oh, did I show you the Blitz? I think I forgot to show you the Blitz. Right here's the Blitz. It takes all 4 of these at gold. This is where you use your ticket, and then you can see the rewards. I actually counted it. It's 4,000 of the Cena shards in all 12 nodes. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there. Yeah, he's really good. He's fun. Ruthless Aggression era. I forgot to mention that, like, best Ruthless Aggression acro. So that's also nice. But make sure you got a strap, though.